Will we get another burn notice? It's already happened once today. Fingers crossed. If you've never gotten the Instant Pot burn notice, it's like your Instant Pot is chiding you for being a fool. It just says burn in the most dramatic red letters, and it makes this horrifying beeping sound, and then you are shamed by your appliance. And that is what happens. It's happened to me a couple of times. Usually if something gets stuck to the bottom, it doesn't really mean that something burned. One time, because I was following some make oatmeal look like rice pudding recipe thing, and that did not work. Do not put milk in there. Even if the recipe tells you to, it will burn. And just now, because some of the seasoning got stuck to the bottom, you usually just have to pop it open, deglaze it, it'll go away. But yeah, very it's like being told off by Gordon Ramsay or something. It's like, you have burned your food. So that's what it looks like. I am making dinner at 6 p.m. Usually by this time I have already eaten dinner, but I worked right until 5 p.m. today. I usually start my day much earlier, so I end early. And for about 2 hours, while I was busy and couldn't leave, I kept calling my mom, and she was non-responsive. And given the fact that she is an older lady and has recently received a highly controversial vaccine, I was not comfortable with the fact that she wasn't picking up. She wasn't answering for me or my dad or anyone. And so I was driving myself down there, and after about 15 minutes of driving, she picked up the phone. And it's not the first time she has done this, and it's not the first time we've had this argument. She leaves her phone inside. She doesn't listen to her other phone. But over a 2-hour period, I called, I don't know how many times, I lost count, and she wasn't picking up. So I was worried that something had happened, and luckily nothing had happened. I am grateful that nothing had happened. I would rather waste my time on a foolish task than get there and something have happened. But it did disrupt my afternoon/early evening in a way that I was not expecting today. Mothers, it's just what happens. So I am now making dinner. My workout plan for the evening is probably shot, because I'm probably not going to work out at this point, let's face it. Got a COVID test this morning. Hopefully we'll hear back by tomorrow, but your COVID test is only as good as the day you took it. So I'm hoping that between getting it done and getting the results, nothing happened. And highly unlikely, but I did stop in to pick up breakfast, and I did just get stopped by my landlady. Not for anything really pertaining to me, but just to chat, and we'll see. Just, every day is a new adventure. That's how it goes. So I have this box that I saved, and that stack of stuff in the corner, plus other stuff that has been piling up in corners all over my bedroom. I'm going to do a quick attempt at decluttering, at least getting that corner dealt with, because I'm tired of staring at it like that. It's just stuff that accumulates. Like, I've been home for almost a year now, and stuff just accumulates. Even though I tend to live fairly within a minimal frame of mind, but yeah, it just somehow crops up, just stuff you don't even expect or want or need. So this box is everything that I had piled up in that corner. I have a few things that I tossed into like the potential giveaway to someone bag that I have in the living room. I've been stacking, you know, like my maybe piles, my this is going to my mom to give away to someone piles, my this is going to Goodwill piles, etc. And I had a small collection of clothing items that I had already decluttered, but they were just sitting in a box in the corner. And then it just had piles of things that have been accumulating, like boxes from things that I received during the holidays and things like that. Just little things that I hadn't managed to get around to dealing with yet. So I just took 20 minutes and literally cleared out the corner of the bedroom, which had been driving me insane for weeks. This is the boot from when I sprained my ankle this fall. I'm hopefully never going to use it again. I was keeping it on the off chance that I needed it, but like the last time I sprained my ankle, I was 11, so you know, fingers crossed, I hopefully won't sprain my ankle again for at least another 20 odd years. It's pointless to keep it. It's such a just in case type of a situation, so I am getting rid of it, donating it, because it does work, and I expect that somebody might actually be able to use it, but who knows? I don't know. Where do you send something like that? Few jeans that I decided to get rid of. They were already worn out and old, and my body has fluctuated in quarantine, as so many of us have. But they were already like not fitting me great even beforehand. Like the inseam hadn't been feeling right. I think they kind of got warped in the wash. I don't know what happened to them, but they were already like not the fit that I liked. So rather than holding on to them and hoping I fit into them again, I have purchased new to me jeans. There's no point in keeping these, so I'm tossing them in. They're still usable, and I got enough use out of them. I used them for like 7 years at least. A few other things, little bits and bobs. I do need to do a proper declutter. I do need to go through like my workout clothes and some of like my sleepwear clothes, because eventually stuff that is my everyday wear clothes gets worn out and becomes workout slash sleepwear slash loungewear clothes. But you can't just hold on to all of it. I don't need that much loungewear, even in this, you know, lifestyle that I'm leading at the moment. I do try to use stuff that is comfortable and that makes me feel good, even if it's not like super like slobby looking. Like this shirt, it's a new shirt, but I want to wear it, so I do. I'm not going to wait until the day we go back to the office to wear it. So I'm gonna go through all that stuff, not hold on to those things, but I do need to take the time to do that, and we'll see. But I feel a lot better. Like I feel lighter just looking at that corner and not seeing this like shadow of stuff in there piled up. I am gonna keep this in the corner though for now. So this is the box wear stuff from my like workout wear, loungewear stuff is gonna go. That will be next, but that is not for this minute because I do have a meeting to go to, so that is for next time. Good morning. It is Friday, 7 a.m. So it's still gloomy and dark, and the sun has not risen. And I think it's supposed to be a rainy day, so it might look pretty gloomy all day long. I have a virtual writing retreat that I'm participating in this weekend, or at least trying to. I also have a virtual writing conference. I also have a work meeting that, even though I'm taking the day off, I cannot miss, so I will be tuning into that. So it's going to be kind of a busy Friday, a little bit overwhelming mentally to wrap my head around. I finished the read through 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 3 days ago, two? I don't know. Time is a mess at this point. I finished that. I am planning on getting started. I debated whether or not to officially get started this weekend or just enjoy the writing conference and gain inspiration from that and take that as like a mental retreat. But I decided no, I'm gonna try at least to get a little bit of editing done, not like a lofty goal, but just enough to get me started and moving that along. I am still in a not 100% sure what the plan is situation regarding going back to campus. So I'm trying to take advantage of every single minute that I can. It looks like most likely I'll be back in the office on a semi-regular basis starting in March, maybe April. It's complicated. Kitty cat's going to her litter box. And so I am working around that, planning how I'm going to go back to that kind of a schedule, to my commute, to working in between, like breaks and stuff, and getting writing done, like in the moments when I don't have work stuff. So it's going to be like readjusting to a new job all over again. I always do this right when I'm on the camera. Anyhow, I impulsively, and I say impulsively because it feels impulsive to do this at 6 a.m. in the morning when I woke up, but it's something I've been debating for a while. I bit the bullet and bought myself a MacBook Air it's 2 years ago now, because it was definitely by 2019 that I did it. I purchased a very, very tiny laptop that you guys might have seen me using if you watched the most recent study with me. Passing truck, noisy cat, all the things happened at once. Alarm ran off. Now they're running around. Anyhow, you might have seen me using a very tiny laptop. I purchased it in 2019, like I think it was even like late 2018. And it was like $180, really tiny. It was great. But it was not made to be updated. It has very limited disk space. And of course, like the first major update Windows ran completely, like broke it. Required like complete resetting, reinstalling software, all kinds of stuff. And it's never been the same since, because it was never intended to be upgraded. It just never was. And every time I use it, it gives me trouble. It tells me that it needs to be updated. It starts interrupting me because all these messages start appearing. Every registry change, every settings change, every like go in behind the scenes and add a script change, nothing has made it stop requiring updates. So I do feel like I should have just invested my money towards what I wanted. A lesson learned. It's one of those things, like if you want something and it's expensive, maybe just save for it instead of like being cheap and getting the cheaper option that isn't quite what you want. In Spanish, we have a saying, lo barato sale caro. And that's exactly what happened here. I paid a cheap price for a good device. I have to admit, it did work. It did everything it needed to do until Windows crashed it. But that $180, maybe I should have saved it towards the thing I really wanted, which was a Mac. I only have ever owned PCs and like Apple devices, but never like an Apple laptop. Um, I really just wanted this laptop specifically because there are certain writing programs that function better on a Mac and or have not been created to the same standard for Windows, and editing. Really, one of my issues with creating vlogs is that I use Premiere, and Premiere is great if you want to learn that level of skill, but is also expensive to upgrade. So I have a very old version that I've had forever. It's also got a big learning curve and takes forever to convert. And that's just, it's always been on my mind, like, if I want to create more content, I should invest in the thing I want. And if I ever do lean into self-publishing, I need a program that can run Vellum and do stuff like that. So, I mean, a laptop that can run Vellum. So I purchased an iMac. Oh my God, what am I saying? It is too early in the morning. I purchased a MacBook Air at 6:13 this morning is what I'm trying to say. So it was an impulsive purchase that I've been thinking about for like 10 years. So I guess not so impulsive after all, just expensive. It arrives next week and I'm very excited. And yeah, overthinking it because that's what I do. Anything, I have baggage. When you grow up poor, you have baggage around money. And I've got baggage, guys. I've got a ton of baggage when it comes to making a big purchase. So that's why I rationalized this for too long and I finally did it. So yay me. I'm gonna finish my breakfast and go to my room for a writing retreat. Good morning, or afternoon technically. It is Saturday, and I have lost all sense of time because I got up rather early to work on writing sprints. I am in the revising process, deep into, well, not very deep, but like I am deep into chapter 2 of the revision for what I think of as draft 3.5. Most people might just call it draft 4. So I'm doing that. I am gonna listen to Alive and take a break while I wait for laundry to be done. I have to go and switch stuff out. But I want to declutter this corner. I did a little bit of tidying. In some of my videos, you guys will have seen there was like a big pile of stuff here, and that's because I have like certain workbooks and list books and stuff that I refer to as I'm writing. There's a lot of writing books in here that I know I will never read again, so I'm going to declutter, especially if I am going slowly back to the office. A lot of these may end up in our collection because I do work for a university with a creative writing department, so a lot of these we may already have because I might have already ordered them, but if we don't, I'll put them out there. And if we do, I'll give them away. But I need to go through this because it's disordered and I need some order in my writing corner. So that's what we're gonna do. I don't even know where to start. Okay, I'll start with the top. Okay, I've reached the point of decluttering where I need to like really go through this stuff. That box is full of early drafts of novels, old like half-written manuscripts, and to be honest, I am ready to let them go. Not in the sense of like abandoning the stories, but like abandoning the paper files. I am not going to refer to those paper files. If I go back to revise them, I'm going to read them again and start fresh, because why would I go through notes that I wrote years ago? So I'm going to sort through that mess in the corner slowly and with care. And then this stuff just kind of needs to be gone through and find a more effective home. These are little toys that I keep on the shelf. That's an old planner that I'm not quite ready to get rid of because it does still have stuff that I need to transfer. Notes, documents, things I use, just need to put them in a better spot. So this is where my decluttering will sort of stop for today.